We're going to talk about energy with all three of them. Governor Barbour, though, I can't not ask you, and I know you talked about it this morning, but obviously the big conversation right now, Governor Nikki Haley in South Carolina yesterday made an announcement about her desire to have the Confederate flag removed from the state complex. You were on Morning Joe this morning. I have your quote. You said, "I am not offended at all by our flag," the Mississippi state flag, which does have the Confederate logo, or the Confederate flag for that matter, but some people are. Now, the Speaker of the State House, a Republican in Mississippi, said last night we need to consider the possibility of changing that logo on the flag. Tell me why you stand where you do, which is increasingly not a position held by most prominent Republicans.
Well, look, my position is very straightforward. South Carolina should decide how they want to decorate their state capitol. It's not for the Washington Post or for NBC. It's for South Carolina, and they are making a decision, apparently, that because if you saw the news conference, it wasn't just Governor Haley.
No, not at all.
It was both senators. It was a bunch of Republicans, a bunch of Democrats, white, black. So they're making a decision that they are going to take that flag off the Capitol grounds. Mississippi's Speaker of the House, a Republican, said yesterday he thinks Mississippi has got to consider that they've got to, as he said, we need to start a conversation because the flag is offensive to some people. I think that was the stimulus of why I was asking, was it offensive to me?
Right.
It's not offensive to me, but it is offensive to some people. And it's a serious discussion. We did this 15 years ago with my state. There was a group who wanted to change the state flag and had a referendum. And the referendum, the old state flag, which has been our state flag since 1894. This is not something that was stimulated by the civil rights movement in the 1960s. It's been our state flag for 120 years. The flag was that people voted not to change it. Now they're going to look at that again. And that's where the decision ought to be made in Mississippi.
And you would be in favor of another ballot initiative if the people were supportive of that?
Unless the legislature decides to do it themselves.
Okay. And do you prefer?
It doesn't concern me a bit for the legislature to do it. I don't think a person ought to do it. I don't think the governor should have that power, but it ought to be done through a process. The state legislature made this the state flag in 1894. Right. So at least the legislature ought to undo it if there's not a referendum.
Okay, I appreciate it.